Back once more time. This is episode 2 of season 5. Very excited to carry on, see what's going to happen after that. A really solid premiere, I thought, and we have everyone going into Camelot now. So I'm very excited to see how they're going to handle like the Arthurian legend kind of side of things, which I've always really loved that kind of story. So that's going to be cool. And then we also had a bit of mystery setting up because they arrived back at Storybook 6 weeks later. No memories of what went down, but Emma is the Dark One now. Fully kind of embraced it. So they kind of failed their quest to save her. So yeah, something's going to go wrong there. I feel like that could potentially make up the first half of the season at least, like explaining what went down in those 6 weeks. But if we get all the answers in this one, I won't complain, but we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. But I'm really liking the idea of like a dark Emma, and what that could mean potentially story-wise. I think there's a lot they could really dig in with there, and not just because, you know, it's a different side to Emma that we haven't really seen before, or hopefully. But Emma becoming the Dark One affects, you know, her parents, it affects Henry, it affects Killian, it affects her friends like Regina, etc. So it's kind of, there's some big ramifications of this kind of thing, and it also means that, you know, Rumpel's no longer the Dark One, Mr. Gold. So how does he deal with that? You know, it can affect so many different characters, not just Emma, because she's the one who's become the Dark One. I think there's a lot of potential to explore the different sides of it, how it affects everyone, which I think is pretty cool. So hopefully they really remember that and embrace it to the best of their ability. But yeah, very intriguing start to the season, and let's just get right into the next one.
Snow Queen, Pan, Trio of Terror, we can handle villains like that. But Emma, she was one of us. She knows how we beat bad guys.
We want to get involved in the action. Take us with you.
So tell me,
as soon as stuff happens, we
we
want out. Oh dear. They are losing dwarves very rapidly. Like, time to recruit.
Or I tell Arthur he just welcomed the Dark One into his... What's that, sis? I can't hear you.
Should have done that a while ago.
So the most powerful sorcerer in all the realms is stuck inside a bloody tree.
I am the savior.
Let's see how this goes.
It's far easier to hate a Dark One than it is to love one.
Oh man,
Be careful.
that's interesting. I like that.
I'm sorry we failed you.
I know what I said last night, but Henry, you didn't fail me. Everyone else did.
Get away from my son.
There's a problem headed to Storybrooke that only a savior can solve. It's too bad there isn't one.
Well, it would have been cool if Dark One Emma was like very, ooh, you know, be quite different then. Oh, they came along, did they?
I saved your life by pretending to be me. Shut up and listen. Oh, I can get used to this.
Oh no.
Forgiving me is one thing, but doesn't mean you're ready to be led by me. Ready to trust me.
It's so cool that she like wants that though. Oh, character development at its finest. What the hell? That creature stole CGI Robin Hood. Oh, well.
Didn't bloody work.
Oh yeah, trying the true love thing.
This may be who you think you are. This isn't who I am.
Damn. Oh! The rudeness. And why Robin?
His Majesty would be honored if you would wear this to the ball tonight.
Shiny.
I can't go, all right? I can't.
Because why?
Because.
She doesn't dance.
Because I don't know how to dance.
Oh, that can't be
Aww.
possible. You have to learn to move in a dress, not a sensible pantsuit.
Oh my god.
Fine.
When they started the show, I never expected them teaching her how to dance.
Now that is perfect.
Amen.
Matches your necklace.
Ready?
You think there'd be a spell for this?
What?
Some kind of dance potion.
Your daughter. Everyone in Camelot will believe you're the savior.
Oh. Oh.
And I remember thinking, I can't wait to someday share all of this with a daughter of my own. I'm glad I get to share it with you too, Mom.
Someone used magic in Camelot and didn't pay up.
Ah.
Regina, fury doesn't come for just any price. It comes when the price for magic is a life.
Robin.
Someone has to give their life in this place.
Oh, heck. Fetch one of the dwarves. They're dying all the time this season.
But you can't dance.
Ah. Those two were friends, weren't they, in a flashback, I think? Oh, shit.
Oh, first crush. I'm on it.
Embarrassing granddad. Lovely. If she asks him, like, oh, what do you do for a living? He could be like, well, I'm an author, actually.
You are
Are you a knight?
better. I'm a writer.
Aha! This is Hey Ya by Outkast. We may have a problem. Ah, this is wholesome. Yes! Shipper's Paradise this episode. At least in the past.
May I cut in?
No, you can fuck off.
Dance with the savior.
Everything's. Who's that girl talking to my son?
The boy returned to his village in the enchanted forest to find it ablaze.
You were the boy.
And you were the evil queen.
Yeah.
Sounds really told.
Arthur would have stopped me from doing this.
Oh boy. Whoa, son. Oh, we got him.
I did not summon that monster. The price is not mine to pay.
Then whose is it?
Yours. You were the one who did not pay the price of magic in Camelot. You want to save Robin Hood? You want everyone to believe you're the savior? Then step up and do what needs to be done.
Oh my. Oh goodness.
Kill him.
His sword was enchanted to kill me. My magic can't heal him.
Oh no. Emma's can.
Maybe yours can.
Ah.
I have lost them before.
Oh.
Please. Save him.
This is how the spiral starts.
All right.
The savior, save him.
What are you doing here?
I told you. I'm here to help you.
It's in my contract to have at least one line an episode. Good start. Oh my. Did you cast a horny spell or what?
I just did what had to be done.
Oh, well, if that were true, then why didn't your kiss stop that? Tasty, isn't it?
Oh.
The darkness.
Oh wow.
You don't have to do this alone.
Oh boy.
With you.
Me too.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy. Whoa. They all die a little bit? Mary Margaret and David already share a heart.
There's you. Found a few believers.
Aw.
If anyone's gonna save this town, it's you.
Yeah. I like the idea of like Regina actually like becoming the saviour in a way. That's kind of cool. I shouldn't laugh, really. That poor dwarf.
I spent over a century trying to find a way to kill the bloody crocodile. I can spend at least that long trying to save the woman I love.
We call it a jukebox.
A Liam jukebox. Hey Ya by Outkast?
I'm Violet.
Henry.
Huh. Oh, I like that. It's all happening again. Yeah, it's the same song, isn't it?
If we win, Emma loses.
It's not an ideal situation, I'll give you that.
Who you are doesn't matter. Just who you are. And if you were able to save him with your magic, then you really are the savior Merlin prophesied. But helping them may be the only way I'll ever get my hands on that monster's dagger. Guinevere, if I don't make Excalibur whole again, we'll lose everything we worked so hard to build.
Okay.
The magic that threatens to undo our most evil deeds.
Would you not have done that ages ago? When it first happened?
That's why you brought that sword here.
Oh.
You can do what no Dark One before you has ever done. You can make that weapon whole again. And use it to snuff out the light. Whatever.
Oh.
Did you really think it would be that simple?
No, it's episode 2.
You're gonna have to pay the price.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. Okay, I loved that episode. I thought it was really, really great. Some interesting stuff with that whole Camelot storyline. Some still teases about exactly what went down there that caused Emma to go fully dark and fully embrace it. And then alongside that, the storybook stuff is really cool as well to see, like, the Dark One Emma still causing a bit of havoc, I guess. Meeting Guinevere, so that other addition to the kind of Arthurian legend lore that Once Upon a Time's going for was really cool. And just exploring that setting was pretty fun. And there's a lot of kind of setup, I think, there for the rest of those flashbacks, which makes sense. But how they're kind of playing with the idea of Regina kind of covering for Emma and pretending to be the saviour, but also in like the present day, she wants to be the saviour now because that's going to be the key, I think, to surviving this whole ordeal that they have to face. But, you know, can people really believe that she's going to change? Are we really defined by our past? And is she defined by her past as the evil queen? Because to some people it clearly is, and I think that's what they were kind of doing with the whole Percival thing, and that revealed that, you know, he held a grudge against her and he wanted to take her down because he couldn't see that she changed. You know, impulsiveness, people, don't do it. Think about things. They didn't even give her a chance. He just gave her a weird necklace camera thing, and then, yeah, tried to kill her, which didn't go too well for him. But there you go. In a way, I feel bad because, you know, he was just getting revenge for, like, his family and his village, all that jazz. But he probably should have taken a bit more time to see that she had changed and she was trying to be a good person. And, you know, that Regina would never have been the evil queen who killed all his family and stuff like that. And smiled at him. Normally you like it when people smile at you, but Percival was not about that life, which is understandable given the context, I guess. But yeah, I think that's kind of what they were going for with trying to tie Regina struggling like the present day stuff about people maybe not believing her, always seeing her as the evil queen, to Percival's story in the past, and the fact that some people did ultimately get past that, like Leroy was saying at the end when they all helped her out to get rid of the weird wraithy kind of thing. It wasn't called a wraith. What was it called? A shade or something? I can't even remember now. But that creature thing, when they got rid of that, very Guardians of the Galaxy-esque, holding hands and banishing it that way. I don't know how I feel about that side of things. Because, like, that's not really paying the price, really. Because no one, like, gave their life for it. I don't know. But I can see why it would work, I guess. Especially when it's a TV show and it's like a fairy tale thing. sure, let's go with it. But yeah, people are slowly coming around to the idea that she could become the saviour in a way, and given how we started the show, the saviour being the thing that could break her curse and ruin all her plans, it's really cool that we want to see her actively try and convince people of that. There's some real stakes to it with the whole like Dark Emma, Robin potentially dying thing. Then in like the flashback we had a more wholesome side to that when she was like, well, I can't dance, how are people going to believe that I can be the saviour if I can't even dance? And then that really lovely scene of Mary Margaret and David giving her advice and teaching her and stuff, that was really, really cool. I liked that a lot. Just whenever they highlight how far these people have come and how far Regina's come, like Robin was telling her as well. So all their belief in Regina was really cool. So we have her trying to like actively try and become the saviour, and then we have the original saviour in Emma, who's like trying to become and stay dark in the present day. So I really like the contrast with those two stories and how things have kind of swapped basically since the show began. So that's really cool. Yeah, that last little scene with Arthur and Guinevere, Guinevere was kind of saying, oh, I'm worried about them, they're bringing trouble and stuff, and she was like, she gave him a really funny look, and the music was a bit like, ooh, should we be suspicious of her? So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but I can see why Arthur wants to still help them out, forgave everything with Percival and stuff, because he wants to make Excalibur whole. But it turns out, so does Emma, so that could be a problem, really. And I like that idea of making this sword whole again. I just think it's such a cool twist about the dagger actually being like the end of Excalibur. I really like that, so continue to explore it. Makes a sense, and I guess she could wipe out the good if she does that. Not quite sure what that means. Is she just going to kill everyone? But we're getting a few more bits and pieces about what Emma's plans are now that they're back in the present day. And we're getting a few hints about what was going on with, the events that everyone's forgotten. So clearly some bad stuff went down. She doesn't want them to remember it for some reason, so that intrigues me. She's not mad at Henry. She says Henry didn't let her down as everyone else. So that also intrigues me exactly what that could mean, and maybe Henry could be a key to, I don't know, saving the day again, like the end of season 4, who knows. But we got a few details, and I'm still very happy to kind of wait and see how it all unfolds. Once Upon a Time is kind of one of those shows for me. I actually enjoy not binging Once Upon a Time. I like letting the plot lines and the arcs kind of just simmer for a bit, and I'm happy to just watch it as and when I can. So yeah, I'm actually surprisingly content in like, I'll just wait and see what happens, because normally, I wouldn't say there's like always perfect execution in Once Upon a Time and how they handled some things, but large in part, like their long run arcs, I think for sure do have some really cool twists and turns and surprises. So I'm more than happy to kind of wait and see what happens with that. I'm not like desperate, like, I need to watch the next one now. Which is normally probably a detriment to a show, but I don't think so with Once Upon a Time. I think, in the whole age of like box sets and binging on Netflix, stuff like that, releasing all the episodes at once, I think, weekly airing episodes and stuff for a TV show still works really well, and I think Once Upon a Time is actually a good example of that for me. So yeah, intrigued by all of that. Henry having a bit of a romance with that girl was very wholesome. Hopefully we explore a bit more of that, because it just gives Henry a bit more screen time, and I guess he's getting to that awkward age, so that could be quite funny to watch as well. Even like David instantly being like, I'm going to go over and talk to Henry now and get him to, ask the girl out or whatever. Embarrassing Grandad was very funny. We had a few nice kind of familial moments like that. Even the brief moment with Mary Margaret and Emma just before the ball started, they had a little like handhold in the shed moment there, because they finally got to experience something that they could have had if Regina hadn't scuppered their plans when the show began. So that was really cool. And when they were entering the diner at the end, and Regina was like putting her hand on David's shoulder, and it was just like wholesome scenes. I really like that. And it's those kind of moments that you can only really get after 5 seasons of development with all these characters and their relationships and stuff. So it's all good, and I like that maybe they don't always highlight some relationships that I wish they would a bit more. they're not completely like ignorant of it at times. Like we had a scene with Belle and Leroy in this episode, which I don't think has happened in a while. And I think they did have a bit of a flashback. I think in like the Leroy flashback episode, when he was still dreamy in season 1, I think they had a scene together in that one. Certainly at some point, I think there's a flashback with those two. So the fact that they revisited that relationship after God knows how long was really cool, even if it was very brief. And yeah, Robin constantly believing in Regina was very nice. Regina shutting Zelina up at the start was quite funny. Like, I thought, yeah, Zelina like wasn't at the ball or anything, so God knows where they locked her up. But maybe Granny was like watching her; she was tied to a chair or something. I don't know. Either way, some really nice moments with all of that. And just the slow burn of the Camelot plot, I'm actually quite enjoying, even if it is like the memory thing again, which has happened basically every season. I'm still thinking it's working for now. It depends. I guess it will depend on how long they drag it out for. I guess the reveal of exactly what went down. Like, I'm happy to wait, but if it's like the end of the season and we still haven't got answers, I'd be like, okay, yeah, this is way too long. But given the fact that Once Upon a Time normally does like half season arcs, I think they're going at a good pace when it's just 2 episodes in. So yeah, that was all cool. And Robin getting taken by the creature. There's this price to pay for magic. Emma still needs to pay a price to like get Excalibur fully formed again. And yeah, lots of moments there that I thought was really cool. I like how they set up the thing in the background in like the flashbacks when Robin got injured and Regina couldn't use her magic to heal him, so Emma had to use her dark magic. But Regina was giving the speech about how she was, you know, for Emma's own good, she was like forcing her not to use magic again. That's slowly creeping around, and Emma's still being haunted by the Rumpel thing, so they can give Robert Carlyle more to do than just nap until he wakes up there. But I'm sure there'll be an episode soon all about when Gold wakes up and what happens there. Don't know when, but I imagine it'll be coming. But that's still cool. And even in the present day, she's still being haunted by that vision, which I think is interesting. And maybe a sign that she, you know, there's still a way back for her. She can still have those visions with the Dark One. She's not like the ultimate Dark One, all knowing how to do the evil darkness thing. She says Wemple, the vision at least, whispering in her ear. So there's obviously still going to be a way back. And I think it's inevitable, you know, they're going to save Emma somehow. But I'm looking forward to finding out how that is. And yeah, I also like Hook being very determined to fight for Emma. If he's going to spend 100 years fighting, you know, the Dark One when he was Rumpel, he's going to spend time trying to save Emma as well. I like that. And, you know, they could have done the do. They could have got all freaky under the sheets. But Hook was like, no, this isn't who I am. Bye. I like that. Good for you. Because, man, Emma in some of those dresses in this episode, man. But yeah, there was that. And a really nice scene with Hook and Belle near the start of the episode. It's a really great line. Probably one of my favourite lines on the show. It was just really clever about what Belle was kind of saying to Hook about, you know, it's easy to kind of hate the Dark One, but it's even harder to love one. That was a really interesting idea, and if Hook hadn't been going through this, you know, Belle wouldn't have gotten a chance to beautifully, I think, summarise like what she's had to deal with since the start of the show, basically. So that was a really interesting idea and a cool way of linking Belle and Hook as characters there. Because, you know, they can't entirely forget that Mr. Gold still is in a coma and Belle's going through all that while trying to help everyone else out with all these other problems that are going on. So revisiting that's cool. The fact that she's still holding on to the rose all the time, nice little reference there. So I really enjoyed that kind of a real telling of the struggle that Belle often goes through, particularly last season with Mr. Gold. I'd say loving him could not have been easy last season, but yeah, they keep revisiting that, and maybe they don't pay that enough attention at times, because I do feel like Belle gets sidelined quite a lot, but moments like that can sometimes make up for a lot of it. Not entirely, for sure. I do think they could do a lot better by Belle as a character, but yeah, I just really liked that line, and a cool way of linking what Hook's going through to what Belle's going through. Because, you know, Hook's going through the same thing right now with Emma, and they gave him quite a bit of screen time exploring that in this episode, and they haven't quite ever done that with Belle. So in a way, it's kind of sad that it's taken the same storyline happening to someone else for Belle to actually be able to open up about it and talk about it better. But be interesting to see them explore that a bit more, hopefully, and maybe Belle can provide some key information about it because she's had all that experience of what it's like to love a Dark One. But yeah, that was cool, and again, gave Belle something to do that I enjoyed. So yeah, overall, just a fantastic episode. Really liked everything with the flashbacks, the idea of, Regina becoming the saviour is interesting, Merlin being trapped in the tree, what the hell's going on there? Henry getting a love interest, which we'll see how that goes, I guess. All the mess with like Robin and that creature, which was a really cool design for it, actually. I like the design of that creature quite a bit. And yeah, some really interesting elements going on with the present day stuff, with all the Arthurian people brought back to Storybook as well. So what is Emma's plan there? We're getting a few hints and clues about what's going on in both timelines at this point, which is really interesting, and I'm excited to see where they're going to go from here for the rest of the season. But I really, really love this episode, and I can't wait to see where they're going to take all these story strands next. And yeah, will Gold continue to sleep in the next episode? We'll have to tune in next time and find out. But yeah, really good stuff. Loving where the season could be going, and hopefully they kind of really continue to run with it. But yeah, that's going to be it for now. Great episode, and until my next reaction, thanks for watching.